Welcome back to Geekshow Helpdesk. Oh,
Hey.
That's right. It's another week. Another week's gone by, and we're here to blab in your ear about
Literally feels
tech,
like I was here yesterday.
gadgets, that kind of fun stuff. Let's kick it off by introducing our illustrious panelists, starting with Owen.
Hey, I'm Owen. Follow me on Twitter, X, whatever it is, at TechNoan. That's it.
All right. He's also here. It's Jaren.
Hey. Hi. Howdy. I'm Jaren.
I wanted one more. I wanted one more salutation. You could have
greetings.
just said, there you go. That fills it out.
All right. Lando.
Hey, it's Lando. I bothered to show up tonight, and that's a win.
Mostly here. I can see the look in your eyes. You look a little bit.
I'll tell you what, guys.
You look tense,
Between
Lando.
My two work jobs is hard right now. I am an adjunct professor.
We get it. You're busy, all right? That's enough.
Whoa, settle down.
Being an adjunct professor is just the worst. I love the teaching part of it, but the grading. Oh my gosh! Right now I'm grading everything, and it is just the worst. It is so monotonous.
Man, it must be rough to succeed so hard.
Got a hot tip. I got a hot tip for you.
I could tell you how much I make teaching, and you'd be like, "Oof, I'd never do
Here you
that."
go. Here you go. Here you go. It's been around for about a century. Rubber stamp. Pass.
I've been doing that a
Soon.
lot.
Yeah.
See,
Hopefully none of my
Yeah.
students listen, but yeah, it's been. There's been a lot of that happening lately.
like-
yeah, good enough.
It's like 1 in 10 gets eyeballs. The rest, the associative property.
Well, you do it so
I'm
much,
gonna
you kind of
just
get
cut
it.
this
Just-
off right now before Orlando digs
Thank you.
himself any holes, and
you.
and
Because
we
I
will-
would.
we
Hey,
will
wait a minute.
con-
Hey, guess what, guys? Guess what?
chicken butt.
We have a host. His name's Tony.
Hey, check me out on Twitter at QuadTony or on other Geek Show podcasts. All right, let's see. Do we have any Geek Show Helpdesk emails?
Yes,
Geekshowhelpdesk at
we have-
gmail.com. I'm
we
not
have
done
mucho.
sharing. Geekshowhelpdesk at gmail.com.
Got the right inbox there.
There we go.
Okay. Then.
Hey, Jaron, are you looking at the right
Jaren,
inbox?
it's your turn.
We got
Help
Like,
desk.
you've
we
bamboozled
don't?
them.
We got nothing?
No, we got 3.
Okay. Whew.
I wanted to see the disappointment in your eyes.
I heard to use the sound effect. We have to
Yeah.
read something.
I'll make
Somebody
up
writing. Somebody quick.
Yeah, that's it.
Got an email from Seth. Hey, Lambo and friends. I'm thinking about
I hate it so
it's
much.
catching on, and I love it.
No! No!
I'm thinking about replacing my PC and looking for your advice. Brace yourselves, Jaron and Tony. I'm currently running an AMD FX 8120 and Radeon HD 6950. It was a baller rig 12 years ago.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Yeah, you're not getting any help from me. You call me a Lambo.
Dude,
He
that's
didn't
like a
ask for your help
Lamborghini.
anyway, so
And
it's okay.
I have nothing to add.
I
Buy something new.
primarily use it for 3D printing renders and StarCraft 2 and want something that could upgrade to Windows 11. My budget is around or under $300, and I'm thinking about a used Dell tower with an i5 9500T, $250 after coupon, or a mini PC with an AMD 5560U, $290 after coupon. What would you recommend?
Name the AMD again. I have to go through the naming process in my head of what all those numbers mean.
So stupid.
AMD 5560U.
Oh, okay. That's before they switched over to the. No, it's not.
the
Yeah, it is.
55.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
5560U. So that's one of their mobile chips. Go with the Dell. Take that i5 9400. If you can get that for $250, it might need more RAM. In fact, I'm sure it needs more RAM if you're getting it for $250. But RAM is cheap. So
Is that compatible with Windows 11? Does it have that super special whatever
The-
setting?
I want to say that the 9000 series was the first series.
Does it have to have
be
TPM? Is it
compatible.
the TPM chip?
Yeah,
TPM
that's it,
chip.
TPM.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think the 9000 series does. I'm like 88% sure.
Well, I'm looking it up so we can be
Yeah.
Just say, if only there was this
90% sure.
thing we could type questions into and return search results.
I don't see
and
you
answer
doing anything
questions.
about it, Lambo.
Yep.
No, I'm
It
mad at
is-
you, Tony. So
It
you're not
is
getting any help from me?
compatible. It
It
is
is
compatible.
I
yeah.
told you. 88% sure, 100% of the time.
Boom. I like that.
Frickin'
Those
Tony.
are good numbers.
Why
Putting up the good
I'd
numbers.
change your name if I could too, but I can't.
Changed his
Lambo?
name to Lambo.
Lambert.
I'm so mad right now.
Can you not change it back?
No.
Did you change it? Did you change it in Discord?
No, I changed it on the screen right here.
If you're watching
Oh,
YouTube, you can see
oh,
it.
I
You can
didn't
see
see
the
it.
angriness on
Oh,
my face.
I'm gonna go change it in Discord.
Oh, Owen.
That's great.
Gosh, that's
That's
so
great.
funy. I thought you'd be able to change it back, so I thought this
No.
was a futile
No.
gesture, but here
No.
we are.
Here we are, just rolling with it.
Hashtag winning. All right. Feel like Charlie Sheen over
I would have
here.
changed it to Tony Sucks or something by now if I could, but I can't.
You can't. No, you can't change your own even.
Not now. Not after I join the room.
Booyah.
You got what?
That's too bad. We got another email from
All right.
Snake Ripley. This is the guy who
I hate it
ordered
here.
that gaming laptop.
Yeah, the Dell G16.
Yep. I'm currently typing this email on my new laptop. Yeah.
Now we're talking.
I have 2 questions. 1, what do you do to customize your new machines? Is there anything I should do to mine since it's a gaming laptop? 2, I have attached a picture of the laptop charger and the AC/DC converter, and it is immense. Can I buy a smaller one, or am I stuck with it? Thanks, guys, and Lars. Yeah,
probably
I
stuck
remembered
with
his
it.
name.
Those bricks are massive now.
Yeah, you're stuck with it, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Because what? They're like a 280
Yeah,
watt.
they're huge.
Yeah, they pull a lot of wattage to power that discrete GPU, so you can have that awesome gaming performance.
It might be a 240, but
Right.
You're basically at the mercy of the manufacturer of the laptop if they make a smaller version of that, power brick. Because there are a couple of companies out there that do give you the option to buy a smaller, like gallium nitride one. Is nitride the right word? Anyway, nitrate.
I don't think it is.
GAN?
GAN,
Nope.
yeah.
Nope.
GAN.
Tony, you're wrong.
And
You're
shut
wrong,
up,
Tony.
Lambda. And the
The Lambo will not speak.
Tony has too much power, by the way. Just too much.
It's his podcast.
But yeah, you
I thought it
you
was
probably
our podcast.
No, it's never been yours.
boom.
This is the worst.
Got
Wow,
him.
that was silence. I didn't expect
I
that.
didn't know what to say after that.
I got nothing.
Well, all right.
Just pure upsetness.
Anyway, yeah, that's you're pretty much stuck with that big boy.
Yeah.
Just like I'm stuck with my name.
Whoa,
He-
someone changed Owens, and it wasn't me.
Lando
What
was
did you
dumb.
change it? What did you do?
Who's the teacher in the room? It's definitely not Lambda.
I looked around for a button for a.
Click on your
Okay,
profile.
Jaron, what's the
click
thing?
on,
All right.
click on your
Thanks
thumbnail.
for writing in, by the
No,
way.
wait, no,
Enjoy that
we
laptop.
never answered his first question, the important one. What would you
Oh.
What would you do to customize it?
I
He
changed my
got-
background. Does that count?
He,
No.
guys, let's talk about the freaking email. He got 32 gigs of
I
RAM,
was!
so
Focus.
I don't think he needs to upgrade his RAM. I think 32
No.
gigs is good.
RAM's
for now.
good.
Yeah.
If you want more space, toss another SSD in that other M.2 slot.
Yeah, we mentioned this last time. There's probably
Yeah.
2 NVMe slots in there, so throw another one in there. You can find a 2 gig for pretty cheap
2
nowadays.
terabyte, a 2
Or,
tib.
Yeah, 2 terabytes. Sorry. Yep. So yeah, throw in an SSD and you're good.
Yep. Cool. Well, congrats. Enjoy that laptop. I think you're gonna have a lot of fun with it.
Got another email from Lang. It says, "Howdy, buddies. So after all the help you gave to the public
Howdy.
and how generous you are all for it, I wanted to help out a little bit. Last week, Landon was frustrated being called Lambo.
That's right.
Now I don't know why having a nickname that's the same as one of the coolest sports cars on earth is so hard. So I figured I'd help with this. Better names for Landon. Landa Rama Dama Ding Dong?
Landarama Ding Dong.
Yeah. Oh, Landa
What's
Rama.
wrong with my regular
It
name?
rhymes. Lambie? Just don't take him hunting.
Owen over here, he has
Landbert?
Owen has no nickname. He needs
He
one
does
too.
too. He goes by O-Dog all the time.
And vanilla. I
And the
remember.
vanilla base. Yep.
Yeah.
On the vanilla blaze.
Jean Land Picard? The big Landbowski? The great Landbino? Hope you guys have a great Christmas. Not Twyman.
You know,
Thanks, Lang.
you know,
That's why.
Lambo has deep Ethereum, like deep crypto roots too, right? Like, where's my
That's
Lambo?
what he's looking for.
That's what you. So you got some. If you keep Lambo, you got some cryptocurrency cred.
But do I want it?
Yeah,
Do
exactly.
you not want it?
Lambo NFT.
Yeah. Yeah. Where's my Lambo?
If
Like,
I can
that
make
was the
100 grand
biggest
off
thing.
it, sure, yeah, I want it.
Yeah. Well, you might.
I personally
never
like
know.
Larry the best. Larry.
I'm too tired
Larry.
to jab back.
He
at the
can't
moment.
even. He can't even care. Look at him. He's just like, okay. You know, that's how I feel most of the time, Lando.
Talk about
I'm like,
stuff.
fair, fine, see,
Whatever.
see.
Okay.
Also, Eeyore. I've been that on here.
He has been called
you
Eeyore
know,
a few times. Yep.
It's, very good making fun of Lando weather.
That's a very good impression.
That's Lambo, making fun of Lambo.
Yeah. Wish I had me a Lambo.
All right, we got lots of news to talk about this week. Thanks for writing in, folks. We appreciate your emails every time. Let's see. I didn't know if I should put this in the arcade or the help desk, but I had a lot of arcade stories, so I went with help desk. Epic has officially beaten Apple in the courts.
Oh, it's over. They
For now.
For now. Okay.
For now.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
So juries ruled in favor of Epic.
It's against Google, though, not Apple.
Or did I say Apple? I meant Google. I get a Freudian slip, I guess.
It says Apple in the notes. I'll change it.
Oh, that was a Freudian slip earlier in the day then. So
Yeah.
Epic has won against Google, and I don't know why Apple does. This doesn't apply to Apple because they do the same things, but
I think it sets a precedent.
yeah,
And here in
Which could
paragraph
apply to Apple.
5, it says a historic victory, particularly because Epic mostly lost its fight against Apple 2 years ago.
so it got split into two. I wasn't aware of that. I guess it got split into two separate,
Yeah, they had a lawsuit
whatever.
to each company.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, there
And
you
Epic
go. I
mostly
thought
lost
it
to
was,
Apple.
I thought it was all rolled into one. Okay, so there you go. Yeah, the jury decided that Google's sweetheart deals were too much, and
And
they
that's
had,
all they decided because there's really no consequences yet.
yeah. Well, that's the
Right.
thing is there has to be more hearings to see what the consequences are going to be, and Google has already stated that they're going to contest this.
Appeal, yeah.
So
Of course.
So yeah, like I said, Epic has beaten Google and their App Store for now, but there's still a long road ahead if anything changes.
I like this because it will allow us to sideload apps easily on
More
phone.
good.
Well, which is crazy to me because you would have think that Epic or Google would have come out easier on this kind of a setup versus Apple because Google already lets you sideload stuff.
They do. What Epic was trying to prove was that Google made it prohibitively hard for users to do that.
Oh, okay.
How do you
and
prove something being prohibitively hard?
Well, they did
Like,
it.
what's the
Took 'em,
threshold there?
Like
Like,
4
what's,
weeks or so.
Are they
too many
taking?
clicks?
No, like,
what's
are
the
they-
threshold? How's it work?
Are they taking active steps? Like, have they done it on purpose? Like, are they purposely trying to make it
More
difficult?
convoluted than it should be, perhaps.
more difficult?
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
what they prove, right? Like, they go, "Are you doing it on purpose? And to what end? Oh, yes, you are." And
But
here's
And they-
why.
they
even
also
something,
conte-
if
they
you can
also
still do it,
contested-
even if it's being hard, is something you can still do. I'm still confused here.
Not in free trade.
Probably they have to. I'm sure they have to factor in as well average user competence. And so you have to
Well, how do you
count
do
on
that? Have you dealt with users before? Holy moly!
That's what I'm saying. Google's doomed just because the
once a
option's
week, Lando.
there.
About once a week, Lando.
They also contested that Google had a monopoly over payment processing. You couldn't use your own payment processor within the Google Play Store.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And they brought out Spotify in this, and Spotify has a sweetheart deal with Google where Spotify is allowed to use their own credit card processing, unlike any other app out there.
Special exceptions.
Yeah, probably because Spotify is a European company and they didn't want Spotify complaining to the EU about this. So,
And or they
Probably.
paid Google money to do that,
Maybe.
also possible. Yeah.
right? Maybe Spotify's like, here, have a couple, $100,000 a year to let us do this, and they went, oh, sweet money.
Like anything with our core systems, we won't know for probably another 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
by that time,
exactly.
Google will kill it off anyway, so it won't matter.
Something new, some other new problem will take its place.
Stupid Google.
So, all right. Well, there you go. There's your latest update on the Epic versus Google and their store marketplace stuff. Let's talk about gas. What, Lando?
I want to talk about my thing.
Actually, I was wrong. It's not gas. It's what is this? Coal? No, carbon free. The lack of coal. Hey, geothermal. Oh, and you
no,
had this one
yeah.
on here for a little bit, and we just
Yeah.
haven't got to it.
Yeah. So this one actually, this kind of goes right up to that. Google is funding a geothermal project to run its new data center in Nevada.
Oh, nifty.
So they are. So it's called carbon-free electricity, or CFE, and basically they drilled down enough to. I mean, one thing, one of the downsides of solar and wind is that when the sun's not shining, or when the wind's not blowing, you don't get any power.
Yep.
And so they are building this. They're building basically a proof of concept to run their Nevada data center off of this new geothermal system. It's called Enhanced Geothermal System, EGS, around the clock, and they're trying to get all their data centers onto that by 2030. Which, if you understand how much their data centers eat,
Yeah.
that's a big chunk.
That's ambitious. That's only
That's
7 years
that's
away.
a huge chunk. I know how much our data center eats, and it's like a minuscule amount compared to what their data centers eat.
And have to have backups and redundant systems. And so they teamed up with a startup called Fervo Energy to work on EGS. And so they, I want to say that this one they said, this one's capable of generating 3.5 megawatts of electricity. So that's about 2,600 homes right now. But this has been going around for a while. They have a big goal though, and I want to find a 2019 report by the Department of Energy found that these guys the technology, they could generate up to 120 gigawatts of this type of clean energy by 2050.
120 gigawatts.
I know.
was just about to say that.
It's
21 gigawatts.
and it's giga with a G in front, which if
Yeah.
you follow the GIF
That's a
GIF
lot.
controversy, it could be gigawatts. You could say that. Giga. Anyway,
Well, no, you couldn't.
no, you
What
couldn't. Okay.
happens when they dig too deep?
I don't know. Let's
Well,
ask.
the Earth cracks in half, and we don't have to worry about power anyway.
We'll
Or you have a
to-
tunnel to the other side of the Earth,
We'll all be
Jared.
dead.
Isn't that how Godzilla comes out though, or Mothra?
No,
or
that
whatever?
was nuclear.
No,
That was nuclear.
it's
Yeah.
okay.
it's a ball. It's a Balrog. We all know that. Gandalf taught us that.
That's Owen's right. It's
Yep.
a Balrog.
You dig
That's
too
why they
deep.
had to abandon Mines of Moira.
That was probably the first,
Moira.
Mines of Moira.
the mines
Moria.
that- you know the
Oh.
mines
The
of Moria
mines
was,
weren't named after a woman named Moira,
you know,
Mines of
I've
Moira.
always said Moira.
Moria.
even though
Anyway,
the eye comes out.
You know, that
of
was
the R.
probably, arguably, that was
I don't care.
probably, they probably weren't after gold. That's why they just kept it in a huge pile. They were probably just creating EGS, like,
Yeah, they
the
were going
CFE.
for energy
CFE.
production.
Yeah, they knew. So, anyway, they're thinking by 2050, they'll be able to power 121 gigawatts, and that's over 16% of the U.S. expected electricity needs.
Wow, for the whole U.S. Dang.
That's
so,
cool.
So when you think of 16% of the entire U.S., that is, think of just Las Vegas, always on,
Yeah.
So
Well, did you see in the last paragraph there? They're working on a site in Utah right now.
yeah, that's right. It's 400 megawatts of 24/7 power. So and that's
300,000 homes worth
That's right.
by 2026.
I wonder. They say 400 megawatts of 24/7 carbon-free electricity, but they don't say a timeline of how far that. Like, is it 400 megawatts a month? 400 megawatts a year? Doesn't say. Anyway,
Well,
It's probably
I would
it's probably
assume
yearly.
whatever that equals is enough to power 300,000 homes 24/7, because that's basically what they say right there.
it's probably yearly. They're probably basing that on a year. I don't know enough about power, like production, to know if that's a good number. So, but anyway,
Sounds good. We're going.
But
with
it's
it.
cool. But it's cool that this company Fervo and Google working together. I mean, for Google, they've got the capital to just sink it in, and just be like, well, imagine how much
Was that a digging pun? Sink it in.
Sink
You
it in,
gotta
yeah.
Dig down for that
they could.
geothermal.
Ooh,
Yes,
I like it.
So they're like, what if we had all of our money but didn't have to pay for power?
We like that.
We like that.
Yeah.
They're just front loading their cost, but
That's what it is. Yeah.
You know,
well,
but-
there'll be maintenance cost as well, but
true.
still, maintenance I'm sure is a lot less than paying monthly.
I bet
think-
it pays off in the long
And
run.
they're
for
betting
sure.
on the fact that the price of energy is only going to go up,
Yep,
right?
that is-
Once
that-
you
also
sink your
that.
cost in, you're set.
100%.
So
Yep.
anyway,
Cool. All right. Well, Jaron has an article here that would help me remember to say Moria instead of Moira, because apparently wasabi can boost memory.
I do like wasabi.
Jaron,
had
this is
wasabi?
yours. Say something, Jaron.
I love that. That's so on brand. Good job. He's
I think
muted.
he's muted.
Yeah, can't hear you, Jaron.
What? Jaron, what's wrong with your mic?
Can't hear you, buddy.
Still bad, dude.
You really,
Still
we
bad.
cannot hear you at all.
This would be a
Nope,
good joke if
still
it were a
nothing.
joke.
All right. Well, we'll move on to another story in the meantime while
can
Jared
go to
fixes
Lando.
his stuff. Sure. Lando has another Google-related story.
Yeah, so this one's actually really interesting. Last week, really cool video came across my feed about Google Gemini. I'm like, what is this? And I watched the video, and what it is, it's a new, powerful AI intelligence model from Google. But what makes this so cool is not only so. For a second, ChatGPT is based off mainly text, right?
Yeah.
But Google Gemini is a multimodal model. It is based off not
Say
only
that
text.
3 times fast.
Yeah. Multimodal model.
Oh, wow. He actually did it.
I'm surprised myself.
Well done, sir. Oh, Jaren's gone.
We'll miss you, Jaron.
That
But
means
so it
more
does.
editing for Tony.
Not only does it. We're gonna keep going. We're rolling. We're rolling with
keep
it.
going.
It's in the show.
Steamroll.
What's in the show is in the show. We're keeping it.
Hello.
Oh, he's back.
You're
All right.
back.
There we go.
It was a StreamYard error. All I had to do is refresh the page. Weird.
Oh, yeah.
That is strange.
Continue,
so anyway,
Lambdo.
the thing that makes this cool is it's multimodal. So it's not just text, but also those images, videos, and audio. So it slurps up all this data to make it even better. And the video that Google released was awesome. Holy cow. I don't know if you guys saw this video or not of the Gemini demo, but man.
How
it was-
staged was it? Because I heard it was staged.
It was staged.
I'm
yeah.
getting there, Jaron.
Oh.
Very, very cool. And we're all, and the whole world's just going, holy cow. But as Jaron, stole my thunder,
Sorry, I came late into the conversation.
a lot of it was staged.
They ripped back the curtain. It was the wizard the whole time.
Yeah.
It's like when they show a video game video and you're like, oh my gosh, this looks amazing. And you find out that's not what the game actually
Pre-rendered.
looks like. That's just a pre-rendered video.
Pre-rendered
they made.
cutscene.
That's exactly what it's
Do
like.
not
So
have a little banner.
Google
not
seems
reflected.
desperate.
They do.
And
I mean,
here's-
we talked about this, right? How these big data companies got sideswiped by OpenAI, right? Like
Yeah.
they Facebook, Google,
Caught with
Reddit,
their pants down.
They all have these. They have this multimodal data. They have videos. They have chat. They have like all the things. And OpenAI beat them to the punch, and so now they're trying to catch up.
So even though the video was staged and that's like the news story that's happening, it's still very, very cool and it's still very, very good because of all these extra multimodal data sources. So this is a real bummer that Google, did this and created their
Well,
own bad press.
That's the thing.
per
At this
se.
point, what can you trust? Like, is any of it
Exactly.
actually accurate? Yeah, it looks
Right.
really rad, but is it
And
real?
a lot of the news articles I've been reading where it's having direct comparisons to ChatGPT, it's coming out ahead in a lot of different
Yeah.
areas.
Yeah, but according to Elon Musk, Grok is coming out ahead of
Screw that guy. What does he
too.
know?
I mean,
Grok.
So anyway, Gemini was very, very cool. If you have a chance, check it out.
nice. All right.
Can we talk about wasabi now?
Oh yeah, let's talk about wasabi. Thank you for reminding me about that. I need
First
some
of all-
wasabi.
Actually, you know what?
First-
No, I want to steal Jaren's thunder. No, go.
That was
go to
two
an Owen
questionable
story.
segues, Tony. Two questionable.
First of all,
segues.
I want to know if you guys have ever
was
had
it
real wasabi.
TWO questional or TOO questional? Bull.
Bull.
Bull?
wasabi. You know that
Have you guys-
delicious green
Have you guys,
stuff that
have you
comes
guys ever
with your sushi.
had any real wasabi, actual wasabi?
I think all the wasabi I've had is horseradish based.
Yeah,
not-
me,
not
me
What?
too.
anyways.
What I've
Most-
had isn't real.
No,
Most horseradish is most
in
wasabi
the U.S.
is just horseradish
yeah,
with
most
green dye.
wasabi in the U.S. is horseradish.
Every time you've gone out for
based.
sushi and you're like,
Wow.
I am so Japanese, look at me. It's mostly horseradish.
That is devastating.
I know. Look, it happened to me like 2 weeks ago, so I'm just letting you in on the secret.
Huh. All right. So in wasabi, there's a biochemical called 6-MSITC. It's a known antioxidant and anti-inflammatory, known to exist in only trace amounts. I got to go.
What a
Rick
what
and
a
Morty, that
thing.
you know when I did that.
All right, I'm back.
Mute the mic.
Oh,
That was amazing. What a
Anyway,
show.
that-
what a
that-
show we're producing
We are
tonight.
just off the rails today.
that chemical is very
Except
much
for
in
my
wasabi.
segues. They're solid. Oh, he had to cough again.
More is happening.
He's not done yet.
I'm
back.
I'm still alive.
Hey, so, Jared, in the back of your throat, there's two pipes. Make sure when you swallow, you go down the right one.
I think
No,
this
this
is
is the-
residual.
Yeah, this is the same
cold.
cough I had
Oh,
for like
this
a
is the
month now.
COVID cough?
I don't think it was COVID.
Oh.
According to a friend of a friend, according to a friend of a friend of a friend who tested their friend, it's probably
It
not.
wasn't positive.
All
so it's
right.
not
Anyway, they did a double-blind, randomized study. It had 72 subjects aged 60 to 80. Half of them took 100 milligrams of wasabi extract. The other half took a placebo.
Probably horseradish.
After 3 months, the treated group registered significant boosts in cognition, working short-term memory, and the longer-lasting episodic memory.
Oh.
So how significant? So when you use the word significant, that is a very relative word.
18% higher.
That's significant.
That is significant.
Are you sure? Who decides
significant.
18 is significant?
Yeah, so for you out there who are worried that one of your parents is going to
I'm gonna go on Amazon.
develop dementia and you don't want to take care of them, buy some wasabi extract, give it to them.
Forget that. I'm going to get it for myself. I could use 18% better cognitive memory.
That's what I
Yeah,
was thinking right
yeah.
now.
Jeez.
There we go on Amazon. Fresh.
From what I've
genuine.
learned, I'm going to take taurine every day and wasabi every day.
Yep.
The other thing too is for us IT
Genius.
folks, vitamin D is very important. We often don't get enough of it.
That's why in the summer when I work from home, I try to work in the hammock. Of course,
I work
that's,
on my porch all summer.
that's
It was
under the
best.
deck, so I guess no, I'm still getting vitamin D.
You get
Little bit.
residual vitamin D.
Some
it,
reflective?
it bounces, reflective. Ray traced vitamin D. It's fine.
I love it. I love it.
Cool. Wasabi. Well, we'll
Yeah.
keep an
Who
eye
knew?
on that. That's interesting.
See, that stuff is spent $50 a bottle for that if you go on
I
Amazon
found some
right
for
now.
Are you
17 bucks.
serious?
Yeah, but I bet you're getting horseradish.
You're getting
It
horseradish
says
pills.
genuine wasabi natural extract.
So does the sushi joint.
That's true.
Next
Sorry,
time I
I'm
go,
just
I'm
a
going to
little
ask if it's
salty.
real wasabi or not.
Let's
I
just say
probably won't
yes.
remember to do that, though. Dang it.
No,
And they
because
probably
you don't
just
have
say
any
yes.
wasabi.
Yeah.
Okay, prove it wrong. They can't.
Yep. All right. I guess we're just gonna roll with it. Owen's headline here. I guess I spoke too soon about the giant
Yeah, we
flying
gotta talk about
wiener.
Yes.
Whoa, why didn't we lead with this? This is the best story.
So last week I was like, I think we were dunking on Blue Origin, right?
Origins, yeah.
Because they had to crawl over to SpaceX to get their flights in order to keep their licenses, right? In order
Yep.
to keep the FTC's license in and the permits, they have to set a certain amount of satellites in orbit. And so to make that deadline, they tucked tail and went and worked with SpaceX, even after they're even getting in trouble from their board because it's very petty, and their board's like, you're not even working in the best interest of your investors.
Yeah.
Well, here we go. I spoke too soon. They're doing another launch after 15 months. They're gonna Blue Origin rides again. The giant flying dong is gonna take flight. It's set for. I need to get down to paragraph 3. Hold on.
December.
There's
18th.
thank you. There were so many dates in here.
Too many.
Because
Too many numbers.
The article
Okay,
basically
hang
went
on,
back
I'm gonna
and
look through this. December 18th is the first date, and after that, all there is random months mentioned. There's not a single.
I don't think
date.
I love the real-time check.
Let's just take a moment here and say that wasn't necessary. Okay. Can we all disagree on that for
I had a
know
great
what?
time.
That's okay. I mean, you're gonna bring a story about a giant flying dillywhacker.
Yeah,
I'm going to.
right.
Dilly
I could have said it was going to happen in 20 years, and this story still plays.
I mean, at the rate they're going, yeah, you're
Yeah.
right.
Maybe they need some hymns. Maybe a little blue pill for these guys.
Why is your fuel blue?
Don't know. Do not
It's
know.
very on brand. That's why.
We ended up having to take a lot of funding from Viagra, and so we told them we'd put blue dye in the jet
He
fuel.
promised.
That sounds like a
Blue.
great trade.
I know. Like they
a great
probably
sponsorship.
would, right? They probably could. Amazon, I'm coming to present that to you for funding. Blue Origin and Viagra teaming
Viagra
up to make a
sponsored
blue.
fuel.
Just seeing that fly in the sky. I mean,
Nobody
how-
take my
how
idea.
how that's so.
I know.
So
Nobody
inspiring.
don't take my idea. That's my idea. I call it. So December 18th.
Dibs.
Dibs.
December 18th. New Shepard. Whatever. New Shepard is they're going to do a payload. Now, one of the cool things about New Shepard is that they have a system called their emergency whatever, right? Their emergency
That's it.
It's called
whatever.
the emergency escape system. Okay.
There.
I should have just
the words. Though.
Yeah.
They're like,
Yeah.
those are
Emergency-
very
And it's a
commonly
special
strung
system.
yeah, it's a
together
special
in
system.
space flight.
It's a unique it's this emergency escape something or other.
Are you
okay?
telling me the SpaceX
It's-
ones do not have an emergency escape system?
I don't think so.
Really?
They probably do. But this one is designed to jettison the payload away from a failing rocket, and therein save the payload instead of like
Scheduled rapid disassembly.
yeah, because
Yeah.
wasn't it SpaceX that blew up Facebook's $1 billion satellite like Bluey?
So
So
the insurance is on those.
yeah, and Musk is
Expensive.
like, sorry, buddy, you don't know what to tell you. So
Billions
anyway,
among friends.
yeah, right. So that was what they, at least the last launch that did have a rapid unplanned disassembly, it
was
did
on
prove
purpose.
that. Yeah, and so, but they also showed that worked, and now, but they had a failure in the nozzle in the. I'm not a rocket scientist.
The words are working real
In
good.
the
and all.
in
They
the
are.
tip, did a failure in the
Jared,
tip?
Jared said it. I was
Yeah,
gonna say,
probably
Jared said
probably
it.
right. Probably
Right?
just the tip.
This is the
So
problem.
or more on the shaft.
I'm not sure
Oh.
where, but they spent 15 months fixing it, and we got December 8 launch. Okay, let's
Oh,
just roll past
no.
this. So
You know what the name of the chief executive is?
Oh no.
oh yeah,
Oh,
it's
I can't
oh yeah.
wait.
Also, by the way, there's been a mix-up in the executive staff, and Dave, who got teased a lot in high school or in school in general, and you know what, he's still getting teased. Dave Limp is now
Yep.
is
course
now
he
the
is.
CEO. Is now the CEO. He came from Amazon.
He's got something to prove to the world.
That's right. I'll show you.
Wouldn't you?
Come on, is there not a I can get it up joke in there? I'm just anyway. Two on the nose. Anyway, you know.
I am having the hardest time following the importance of the story.
Maybe the lower
It's
nose.
space related and
The
dong
lower
related,
horn.
Lando. Another fun
Anyway.
fact.
That's it.
Another fun fact. Jeff Bezos has been paying for this out of his pocket, $2 billion a year for expenses to keep this running out of his own pocket. So,
Wow. Mm-hmm. How do you have that kind
That's-
of money?
Commitment right there. Jeez.
there you go.
All right. Well, enough
You liked it. Admit it. That was a good
enough
story.
flying ding dong talk. On to the next story, which is an update for the saga of Beeper Mini.
Shortly after we talked about it last week, we warned that Apple may have a mechanism to easily find these things and shut it off.
If I
Well,
remember right, you guys were like, nah, this will work. They won't be able to shut this off. This
No.
developer accounts, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, nope, they're going to do it.
no, I was
And
the
that's
one
how I
that,
recall
I was the one that said
conversation
it.
happening.
Well, that's an
I think
update.
we'll have to,
guys-
I think we'll have to check
That's
the
still
tape.
it's still true, by the way. Just so you know, carry on.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I said that. But make yourself the hero, Lando or Larry. I can't remember your name.
Lando.
Anyway, a couple days after that, lo and behold, Apple shut it down. Yeah, and they confirmed that they shut it down.
Yeah,
there-
it was us.
They said, we took steps to protect our users by blocking techniques that
course.
exploit fake credentials in order to gain access to iMessage. Well, they weren't using credentials to begin with. These techniques pose significant risks to user security and privacy,
Also
meaning communications with Android users might be more secure. So
Also, we
that's
don't
the
wanna-
that's the risk.
We don't want we don't want
gonna
those
say.
filthy casuals in here.
No, of course not.
Apparently.
You think that your friends all have iPhones. You think that they have the same status as you now.
No,
You
of
can't-
course they
no.
don't.
Cannot allow that.
We want you
No.
looking down on those green bubbles from
Gross,
on
you
high,
disgusting.
knowing that you're better.
And I tested this with you guys. I signed up for Beeper Mini. Didn't
Yeah.
I? And it
sure
worked. And it worked, right? You guys
No,
got
it did
never
work.
did.
It
See-
never did work. It worked.
You
for
were
my-
never-
It worked.
you were
it
never
worked for my.
blue.
It worked for my kid, and it worked
works.
for my wife. And Jaren says it works.
Larry's just being spicy. Anyway,
I never.
they,
No,
they
I
go
can show
on
you
to
my
say,
phone. I never saw blue bubbles.
including the
By the way.
potential for metadata exposure and enabling unwanted messages, spam, and phishing attacks.
So
Mine
they're
were
saying that Android
gray
users
the whole
only
time.
do spam.
This is
and fi-
baloney.
Come on.
Well-
The thing is, what they should
Other
have.
companies could use it for blue bubble spam. Would be like the ultimate spam.
No.
for
What-
Well,
spammers.
there already is blue bubble spam.
Yeah, come on.
For
now.
one.
What
Yeah.
they should
Really?
have done.
Yeah,
the
totally.
Never got
easy
blue bubble
way.
spam.
The easy way for them to shut this down and give
Not
a good
automated.
reason is to just say, we don't want people
Violates
who
the
don't
terms.
have Apple devices using Apple servers and Apple resources like Apple devices. Why should
Right.
we cover the cost of their message transferings?
There's lots of
You know,
things
that's
they
all.
could've
That's
said.
all they had to say.
No matter what they'd say, and I think I said this before, it's going to show their their animosity and their promotion of this, because this has been brought up by, and it's a real thing. This has been brought up by mothers of kids in high school and middle school that have cell phones, and their kids are being bullied because of having a green bubble. Right? It's a status thing. It's a
and
what do you
Android
shop at
phones
the-
are cheaper.
Yeah.
There's people out there that cannot afford iPhones.
And so they've been asked, and Apple just
The
has
newest
always
iPhones.
Apple's constantly refused to comment on it.
every iPhone out there is crazy
You
expensive.
can get cheap iPhones if you want.
$100 to $200.
If you compare spec to spec,
No.
Android would typically come under.
yeah.
I'm gonna Google that for you right now.
But yeah, the thing I was saying, the point I was trying to make is, I think most people would, if they had just said it's about money, it's about paying for server usage for non-Apple messages and non-Apple devices. How much simpler can you get for that?
Yeah, I think that's better
I-
messaging.
They already, but they
Or
you
terms
have
of
to res-
service,
you
like
gotta
Owen
res-
said.
you got to respect that,
but
It's
the
like,
accounts
yeah,
are
well,
free already, right? Like they don't charge you for an iCloud account. That's the
because
thing.
it's
like,
built into the cost of your device.
no, I can go get an iCloud right now account, and I could have iCloud backup, even though I'm only using Android and I wouldn't benefit from it. I can go get one, and I can have one for free. Like that's the thing that really kind of bites them here on trying to say that it's about money, because they already offer an iCloud account for free.
I don't
Wow,
think you
so-
can use
so
it to
Lando-
iMessage though, can you?
Well,
Lando
Jared's
just
been trying-
just provided a link to a
did.
iPhone 7
Sure
for
did.
$130.
You did not say which iPhone, buddy.
32 gigabytes.
This one would send
So
blue iMessages
this is
just as well as any other one.
This is a worthless piece of technology here at
Pre-owned.
this point.
If I want to prevent myself from getting bullied,
I don't know.
It's not available, sold out.
Well,
Notify me.
Oh,
So-
okay. Well, there you go.
So
Well, there you
here's the other thing too, is that a lot of the
Didn't look very
Hackintosh
close.
community is a little bit upset about what's going on, because Hackintosh has been flying under the radar using this method for a while to make VMs that run, to do all sorts of stuff. This has been the Hackintosh method, and now. And one of the ways that Apple is
Well-
identifying these devices is that they show up spoofing a MAC address a MAC address from Mac OS Lion devices.
well,
And
we,
so
we don't
they're-
really
say,
we don't know enough to see to know how they're identifying it.
It's what
But-
that article I sent is kind of goes through that final follow up, talks about it, because
Well-
the CEO of Pebble and whatever has really talked about it, because it's working again now.
Well, it's only working again because they're spoofing.
They switched it. Before you could just register
Now-
with a phone number.
yeah,
Now you have to register with an
use
iCloud account.
Yeah,
Which
Yeah.
like I said, that's completely free. Like anybody can go. I could go get an iCloud account and never use it.
well,
and be
okay.
complete
So
within the rights
let's
of
take
the
this
policy.
slightly further. What I was saying, the fact that Mini Beeper was charging $2 a month for it.
Yeah, they're making
You
money.
know,
That's where I think that's where Apple took
If
the
you didn't,
biggest offense.
I was gonna say, if you didn't think it was what is the word I'm trying to say? If you didn't think it was justified money wise up until that point, when you find out, yeah, they're making money on it, and
What does
Apple
Jared-
is footing the
what
bill
Well,
for the,
What does
they're
Jared
not-
say?
they're
Never
not
mess
making-
with the money.
Yeah.
they would have been. They would have been.
They're not making money yet. They are dropping the subscription fee right now because they don't know how it's going to shake out.
Exactly.
And we don't really know their methods they're using. What Owen just mentioned, it was suggested on Reddit that was the case. So we don't really know.
Well, and the thing about the Hackintosh community stuff too is that those days are numbered for the Hackintosh community right now.
It's just
anyway.
that Mac
because
Apple never
Intel.
cared before. Like they just
Well, it's
Right,
numbered
yeah.
because it's
but it's
Intel.
numbered because
Yeah.
as soon as I think we're already to the point, or that we will be soon, that Mac won't provide OS updates for non-ARM
Right.
SoC
Right.
devices.
Yeah, we're probably
Absolutely.
a couple
So-
years away from that.
So the days are numbered for those anyway. So
right.
well, not only that, but the amount of effort it takes to do a Hackintosh computer, there was just not a ton of people doing it, right? The Beeper Mini
Oh,
made it
it's super
so
niche.
much easier.
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Beeper made it way easy for
So
that stuff.
they brought it back on Monday, but not to the same degree that it was before. So
Right.
you have to sign in with an iCloud account. So you have to kind of trust them a bit more with your iCloud account info. Apparently, you can set up a temporary password for third-party applications. So I would suggest you do that if you want to use it.
Absolutely do that.
100%.
But
Guess what? It doesn't work with though. Phone
numbers. Yes, you can do
So,
it with email
You
addresses.
can do it with email
but
addresses,
not
but
phone
man, who
numbers.
cares about that? You know,
Yeah.
It's with the phone number that.
And then
that
it uses
matters.
that same iMessage protocol through there that whatever. I did go through when I set up mine, and I just registered my phone number, and it worked great.
Can
and
you do iMessage through the web client, the iCloud web client? You know what I'm talking about?
Nope.
No.
They really should let you. That'd be amazing.
I would use it if they did.
Yeah.
you know.
That's too bad.
So well, there you go. The saga of BP Mini continues.
And they've committed to keep fighting. They're in for this.
It's going to be a cat and mouse game, and
Yeah,
Beeper's
good
going to
luck.
lose because no one wants to use a service that works one day and doesn't
Yeah.
work the other day.
Exactly.
Yeah, right. Like
David
they're like,
Goliath.
we don't care if these two companies fight each other. I'm not going to use a product that interrupts my text messages. Like if I would have
Exactly.
still been using that app because it does take over your native one, if I wouldn't have removed that and installed it, my text would have stopped flowing on over the weekend as Apple purposely sabotaged the system.
Yep.
And like I said, don't mess with the money, right? Apple
That's
is
right.
like, look, I'm big. I'm a big old bear that doesn't like to move, but you poke me, and
If
take
I
a
have to
swat. Yeah.
swat, I will.
So
There you go. All right, let's do a quick lightning round. That will wrap it up. I'll go first. GM showed off some really cool hydrogen power technology here. They call them power cubes. So we're getting ever closer to power cubes, like in sci-fi, where they just take this big box of glowing stuff and stick it in the wall, and it powers
That's cool.
everything.
They should have called it a companion cube.
Oh, or a power cell. I would have liked power
Or a
cell better.
tesseract.
So many
these-
options.
cool.
Yeah, these power cubes are they cut a deal with Komatsu, if you've heard of them before.
They do
It's
big,
because
heavy equipment.
they do big dump trucks and things, like the ones that are house size. You see down at Kennecott. I guess it's not called Kennecott anymore. What is it?
They
Rio
changed
Tinto.
the name? Oh,
Rio
Rio
Tinto.
Tinto.
Yeah.
That's right.
Other big pit mines and things like that. So what's cool about these hydrogen fuel cells is they're basically groups of 300 individual hydrogen fuel cells with an output of 80 kilowatts that can just generate power right into the truck. And the amount of power needed per truck is very large. The way those trucks work now are diesel generators that power electric motors.
Yeah.
Just
I'm
like
excited
a,
to see
like
this.
a freight train.
Yeah, I'm excited to see this application in trains because that's a big part of carbon.
Yeah.
They're a big carbon output. That'd be interesting to see that.
So, according to Charles Fries, executive director of GM's Hydrotech division, multiple fuel systems will be packaged in arrays and capable of delivering over 2 megawatts of power in each truck. Wow. So that's
That's a lot.
pretty cool. Yeah.
You can keep your drinks cold with that.
yeah, that'll do
Or
it.
be like, so it's a 2-hour charge then with the size of those trucks.
Yeah,
Probably.
it doesn't say how long you can run on.
because those things are like 200-ton vehicles or whatever.
They are
yeah,
not
they're-
light.
They're massively massive, 500 ton actually. Yeah.
Oof, yeah.
So they can carry a payload of up to 320 tons. And this would work. This kind of technology would work good as long as you had local infrastructure at the mines, because these trucks, these machines don't move. They're delivered to the mine, and they have their entire useful life there at that one mine.
Yep.
And then they're retired. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. It's nice to see other alternative fuel technologies making headway rather than just batteries. So
Yeah.
cool. All right, Jaron.
The Arc browser, which is the preferred browser of a couple people on this podcast,
Love
on
it.
Mac.
Browser.
Love it on my Mac.
Oh, I've been waiting for this.
I go back and forth with it. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. But
only
it's
thing-
very interesting and it's cool.
The only thing I don't know about is like one of the reasons why I like it so much is because it supports a lot of swipe gestures and a lot of different mouse trackpad gestures. I notice when I use a mouse, I do not like the Arc browser nearly as much as when I'm on a trackpad.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
Well, anyway, it's out on Windows now in beta.
Now we're
You have to be accepted. You need to invite for it. But
Can I give out invites for that?
Can you
I wonder
give
if one
out
of my
invites?
invites will work.
Yeah.
Are you even in it?
I have.
He has
I
Arc.
have. Yeah, sure.
So anyway, good news for you window folks out there.
I'll
Do you
bet
have
it's
to
a
be
different
invited?
sign-up list though versus the
Yeah,
Mac
it's
one.
probably
I don't know. Their
different.
sign up list is pretty loosey goosey. They want lots of people
Back
using
in
it.
September, the company said it had over 500,000 signups on the Windows wait list already. Half a
Yeah,
mil.
it's a very good browser. I really, really
I like it a
it.
lot.
Yeah.
I'd
The
love to
split
see
view
it on.
stuff's very cool. The profile stuff's very cool.
Yep. And
the notes in it's very cool.
It's Chromium based, so all your Chrome extensions just work
Extensions work.
natively on it.
If you're a
So-
developer, the developer experience is very, very good. Like you get all the best stuff from Chrome plus more.
Is Arc? Is it still behind? Is it available on Mac for everybody now? Or are they still doing?
yeah, it's open release on Mac now.
Okay,
Yeah.
sweet. I'm gonna.
Last
And
I
they,
checked,
they
that's
have
anyway.
new major features like every week too. They
Yeah,
are
I'm gonna-
actively
I'm gonna
developing.
add that.
It's a bit of a two-edged sword because they've had a few times where they've added new features and
Float.
they didn't work good or they were just
It's true.
not useful, and they're quick to fix them or pull them out. So
Break
That's
fat,
true.
you know,
I'm at the
respect on
point
that, too.
where I'm tired of new features in browsers
Move
because
fast.
most
and break
most
stuff.
of it is just adding bloat and gets
Sounds like the
clogged
oldest
in
guy
the
in the
UI.
world.
Yeah, that's
The
what
old
I am
curmudgeon.
now.
I'm gonna put that on my
I
software
want
portal.
browsers to be the same way they've
our
always been.
users
Back
can
in
do
my
it.
days, browsers
I want
were
it
just
to
a
be
window to the web.
faster
That's
and
all I
cleaner.
want.
That's what I want. Faster and cleaner.
Then Arc's not for you.
It's clean
Yet.
so far.
All right, Owen, lightning round.
Hold on. Let me see here.
Yeah, this was coming, bud.
I had my notes. I was looking at that other page here. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to do the F-150 one. So the F-150 is working. So Ford is working with Honeywell to
The
create
thermostat company?
to create a integrated smart thermostat. As you know, the F-150 Lightning, right, can charge your house. It can be a backup battery.
Yeah.
And that's fine if you've got an outage. Sweet, okay. But what about peak charging times and stuff like that? Like most people's vehicles they charge overnight when the peak charging is low,
Right.
and then whatever. Well, if to stabilize the grid, especially in places like California, whatever, where they often have rolling brownouts during the summer when temperatures spike. So this integration and this team up is designed to make it so that the thermostat will check and see what the peak is and basically switch to your truck for your house during peak times to reduce your.
Oh, so it's cheaper.
So basically, or if the what do they call it? I'm losing my the.
Need some wasabi.
You need some freaking wasabi. So if
grid?
the
Should we talk about the
grid,
wieners
thank
some
you.
more?
No, that would bring me right back up. Anyway, the grid. So if the grid is unstable, or if they can tell that it's super peak, they'll pull your house off and start running your house or at least your AC, off
the truck.
That's
right?
cool.
And so it's got really big implications beyond just the AC. They're doing this kind of as a test run to see that, but it'd be cool to see those other integrations to IoT where it does that kind of switching between your truck
Yeah.
and your house to like save you money, to stabilize the grid. And you do have to have a two-way like Ford specific lightning charger in your house, like installed.
Yeah, makes sense.
Anyway,
Cool.
It's
Well,
a
there you
cool,
go.
it's cool, more cool battery integration tech.
All right, Lando.
I got it. I got the thing.
You got are you serious? It
So
actually
if
showed
you
up.
remember, it was
This
over a
Air
year ago
mouse?
now. During the show, I impulse bought this Kickstarter
Yeah.
mouse. You remember this thing?
I
the
do.
origami folding mouse. It's
Looked
called.
like trash.
It's it's the MyAir.0 foldable mouse. And this thing,
You hate
it's
it.
not trash.
If you have to start it with that.
Well, let me
So
say
here's
this.
here's the deal.
Let me say this. At least it showed up, unlike Jaren's helmet.
That's
in
a
fact,
fair
it
point.
looks like that might be the
Hey.
same. That maybe that's the same fabric
So
as his helmet,
the-
and they just.
the problem it's trying to solve, it solves very well, right? Because the whole idea is like it's a portable mouse for your laptop. That's it, right?
How
It's not
come
like a
mice
tiny.
aren't portable?
Yeah, but like most other laptop mice are just a smaller version of a mouse, and they're still really fat and bulky, and they suck. There's not really a good mouse for a laptop that's convenient to carry around with you. This solves that problem, right? If you're on YouTube, you're seeing me. It folds and clicks. And it becomes
and
a
then you have
full-sized.
kind of a mouse shape.
Yeah, and it's super duper light. It's off when it's unfolded, and the magnet, it senses when the magnet clicks in, and now it's on.
How often does it
And then it
collapse?
just works.
How often does it collapse?
Not at all.
Over
It's
your head?
actually really hard to like just press and collapse when it's on the table.
Okay.
So like for what it is and what it's for, it's actually really cool. It's got 2 buttons. It's got a motion sensor slider thing for the scroll wheel.
Scroll wheel. Yeah.
So it's touch sensitive there. It connects super fast. It just works.
Is that USB-C?
It's USB-C to charge on the bottom.
How long's the battery life?
I have got it in the mail, and I have not actually plugged it into USB-C yet.
Oh, you haven't charged it yet, but
Nope, it's just been working.
Just the charge that it came with. Yeah.
I've probably used it for 4 or 5 hours so far, with no problem.
And how's the experience?
Fine.
To be
It's a
desired.
full-sized mouse.
Just
I mean, I'm not a huge
Does
mouse guy in
does
the
what
first
it says
place.
on the tin, basically.
I mean,
It's
do I want to
it's a
game with
5.
this mouse?
no,
No,
obviously
no,
not. Yeah.
no. But
that was
for
never
using,
the point of it, though.
No, but it's Bluetooth, and using it on my iPad or my computer or my laptop, and carrying it around in my bag, super duper flat, and not adding no bulk. And another thing is like it's super duper light. Very very good.
Why do I want one now? Dang it!
You would recommend it then?
I mean, if you're looking for a portable laptop mouse, just to have in your bag so you can pull it out in meetings and have a mouse and not have to use your Windows trackpad of stupidness, 1,000% would recommend.
How
this.
much? How much was it when you backed it on Kickstarter?
Don't remember.
Okay.
What
I
is
think
it
it's
called again?
There's a link. It's called the MyAir.0. So I posted the link to their Indiegogo page in the show notes.
That is a bad name.
It is a bad name. But
Yeah, bad.
it
bad,
is
bad name.
$53 if you buy it
$53.
right now.
That's close to impulse buy right
That's
there.
not terrible, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
And
okay,
it's
maybe,
it's got its own patent. It's a new idea, a better mouse.
proven wrong here. Okay. Well,
So-
there you go.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna live in my bag, and when I need a mouse with my laptop, I'll
It
use
does
it.
the job. See, I might
Cool.
like
It works on
especially
my
if you-
jeans really well. It works on my
Yeah.
desk. It works almost anywhere. So it's good.
It's nice.
Nice.
Especially
Anyway.
if to go to data centers and stuff like that.
Oh
It
yeah.
might be nice for IT
The only-
guys.
Well, the only downside of that is that it is Bluetooth only. Like, there's no way. At least I have not tried using it with a cord.
Yeah, put the cord on the back and see if it connects.
Yeah, I'll have to try that. I don't have USB-C handy, or I
Yeah.
would.
Let us know next week.
Anyway,
All right.
it was very cool. It showed up, and that's really the big surprise here.
Yeah. Hooray.
That it showed up.
It came on it came in my
yeah.
mailbox.
Yeah, he
the other
buried
day.
he buried the lead with all these features. The
like-
story was it showed up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what
In
is
fact,
this thing? My wife's like, did you order something? I'm like, no, I didn't order anything. We open it up. I'm like, she's like, what is that? I'm like, oh, that's my
Mary-
foldable mouse.
Merry Christmas to me.
I ordered this last year. All right. Well, there you go. Right on.
Oh crap! I gotta
Okay,
do the thing.
let's wrap it up. Big thank you to Patreon, patreon.com/gadgetspot. Thank you, backers. We appreciate your donations. And if you decided to donate $6 a month or more, you get a shout out on the air, along with all the other perks that we offer in the various tiers. Jaron has those shout outs for you right now.
Thank you to David Broshinsky, Connor Keesaw, and Woofable Tony. Si se puede, reap rewards rebooting router registries religiously. Andy Bird, be the 8-year-old. Travis Johnson, check out the new Baldur's Gate 3 custom tech stickers at Pieman Graphics on Etsy. Jeremy, No Name No Color, Caslow, Eric Steinman, Eric Cruz. Owen has Tech Cred, Matt Nelson, Mr. Hand, and Mr. Spicoli in 2024. Aloha, it's our time. Josh D, Adam, Aaron Faulkner, Stuart Lloyd, Joe, There's No Place Like G28X0Y0Z0, Ryan M, and Adam Hecht.
All right. Thank you so much, patrons. That's it. We'll see you next week or in a couple days if you watch or listen to Geek Show Arcade. But until then, Lambdo, take us out.
When you run out of outros for your podcast, don't go look for more. Just beg your listeners. Be an end user.